Hey guys, and welcome back. Happy haulathon, everybody. We got haulathon back at the Targets with Neca, and after my hunt, this is what I picked up. They re-released the Spider Gremlin, and I'm so stoked about this because retail on this one was what? I think it was like $59.99. Look at those eBay prices. Terrible. So I'm super stoked to get this because Spider Gremlin. Really cool, just box. I kind of wish it had a window to it, but I mean, like, this thing just looks awesome, and it looks like it's going to be pretty massive. Got a nice little picture there. It looks real great, and it straight up says that it's a massive ass gremlin figure. Gotta assemble it. Hinged jaw, ball jointed shoulders, elbows, wrists, blah 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 blah. 8 massive spider legs, 30 points of articulation, and some display stuff. So let's go ahead and pull it out. I am already like, holy shit about this. Like, just, that thing is massive. Oh shit, I don't even know where I'm about to put that. I love it. Got, assuming this is going to be the display stand. Little instructions on how to put it together. Doing the warm water, pegging the legs. Got all them legs right there. Looks like we've got the bottle accessory right here. And looks like we've got some hefty zip ties there. And it looks like they got just rubber bands around here to keep these in place. Some tape around the arm. Yep. So let's go ahead and work on getting that out of there. We've got the legs in 2 separate packs here. Looks like we've got 5, 6 legs here. 2 legs here. So let's go ahead and pull them out. I'm already getting some things to say about this guy. I'm just trying to get him out of the box and everything, but you know, once you get those 2 straps off of him, you can pull him out. And this rubber band around his legs is 1 rubber band around all of his legs. So we want to work with me here to get you off. Okay. There we go. Just around all those legs there. This guy's pretty sweet. But I will say right off the bat, all of the Ultimate Gremlin figures that they've came out with, I'm already going to call it and say they're much better made than this guy. This guy already feels like he has a less solid paint job on him, and like he just feels a little bit cheaper and everything, and this feels hollow. We'll get into all that in just a second. Let's get those legs out and on him. Now, right there, we just opened up the 6-pack of legs, and all 6 of the legs is all exactly the same, and they all have joints right here, and it's just a ball peg and a hole, so you get that full range of what you're going to want there. And I'm assuming because of the way that he looks, does this have any? Nope, that's solid. So it's just the 1 joint, but you know, he's got these 2 fronts, and then, you know, the 2 backs and everything. So like he's got a total of 8 legs. I'm assuming the 6 are going to be for like the back, and then like the 2 pack's going to be for the front, because it looks like these ones are shorter and they don't have that little extra piece there. So I'm assuming these ones are going to go to the front here and be his little like front supports. But yeah, let's put them together. All right, taking one look at this, immediately it is clear you are going to want a heat gun or a hair dryer or just some hot water, because that ball and that hole for that ball are not, you're not just forcing that in there. You're just not going to. That is going to be a tight fit. So heat yourself up some water, and or you know, if you have the heat gun, just give it a few seconds and everything, but you gotta heat up those joints there to get these in here. Well, we got those just kind of soaking in some warm water. We can take a look at this right here. We've got this nice little accessory vial here. Oh God, we do not want to focus today, do we? There it is. Just says flammable, has spider on it, you know, just that little elixir that he's gonna, you know, swig down there to become, you know, what you want him to become here. Fits right in his hand there too. Pretty nice. Now let's just go ahead and take a look at this guy. So we've got the same kind of articulation going here. We've got that standard shoulder joint here. We have got that single elbow with that full pivot. It does not look like his ears are movable at all, but he's got that double neck piece, so where like that lower part and up here you can move the head, position the head on the neck, and then you can position the neck on the body, so that gives you a good range of what you can do with him. We are not looking good in this lighting. What is going on here? So we also have the hinged jaw. Looking at him, I feel like the paint job, like, I don't know. I feel like it has way too much gloss to it, in my opinion. It's supposed to make him look kind of like wet and withered, and I feel like it just doesn't really hit that, like, I'm all slimy spider kind of, like, feel for me. It does look really good, though. It is kind of a nitpick on the way that he's painted for me, personally. So all these legs, put them all down there, and you can get an idea of how like big he's gonna end up being. And if we go, oh yeah, we're looking at what, 11 inches, full span. I don't know how they measure these from, but you know, about 11, 12, somewhere around there. Yeah, about 11, whichever way you go about it, I guess. He's going to be a big boy. And then once you add these legs on, he's going to stand like, I don't know, maybe like that. He's going to be big. Oh, yeah. But continuing down with the articulation, we just did the arms, the head, and the arms there. I mean, wrists, you know, he doesn't come with any extra arms or anything, but I feel like these are the same kind of arms they put on like almost all the Necas. Can't really tell though. Let's see. Yeah, that feels like it's just pegged in there and everything. You could take some of the other Gremlin, like alternative hands and everything, swap them out if you wanted to. Then another cool thing, we've got the bend here. It's a real good swivel joint there. Just nice and thick. You can see it. Coming down here, you can move this around. And this feels like it's just kind of in there, but this whole thing feels cheap and hollow, and I don't like that. But if we look at this, the detailing does look pretty sweet. I like it. I still say definitely worth it. Like, he's just a big figure. He's super cool. Like, if you're a fan of like this, definitely pick up. If you, I myself am not a huge Gremlins fan, but like these figures like just look so great. Like my first NECA that I ever like ended up buying was just the standard ultimate Gremlin, because like I was like, that dude just looks so fucking cool. Even that, just with the chopped off legs there, he looks pretty damn dope. And already he's sitting top of the fins here, probably about 9 inches. But let's go ahead and try to get these legs in again. Yeah, I think we're gonna need something more than just hot water, and I think we're gonna have to heat both sides here. I don't think just doing one's gonna cut it. But yeah, we'll be right back. So one method I go with is just hot water. I'll just heat up water, let my faucet run, get as hot as it goes, and then like I'll just like put them in it and let them kind of go. If that doesn't work, I'll bust out like a hair dryer, because I unfortunately do not have access to a heat gun at the moment. But if you have a heat gun, just like literally a few seconds, like it should do you good enough to get those nice, warm, and malleable enough to like pop in a joint and everything. Heat guns, definitely worth investing in. But we're gonna mess around here and try to get these on here, and maybe I'll show you me messing around trying to get one on. So kind of what I'm doing here is I'm taking my hair dryer on a hot setting, pulling them out of the water. I pull them out of the water, I heat this up, and then like I push that in there, and then I switch to my cool setting and my AC setting on this dryer, and I just kind of cool the joint back down after they're in there, so that, like, you know, I don't have to wait for them to cool down and worry about them falling out. But they're still super tight, like, to get in there and everything, and you gotta be careful, because like I feel like I could have like fucked this leg completely up and like rip that ball peg in half trying to like twist it all in there and everything. So I was kind of just giving it that twist. What you really want to do is just kind of like push it up in there, and hopefully like it'll stay. And so like just trying to get, oh yeah, that one's not going in. I'm gonna have to heat that up some more, but just so you get a general idea, you know, I'm pretty much just sitting here going, then kind of trying to, is it in? Feels like that's in. All right, hitting my cool setting and pulling it down. See, when you heat it up, that plastic just, you know, gets a little playable with and everything, and you can kind of like squeeze it around and stuff, and then when you cool it back down, it like hardens itself back up. So as you can see, this guy is like Jesus, like he's going to be a beast. But let me mess around, finish getting these in, and we can show them off completely. Now, just to clarify real quick, because like I feel like I might have said that weirdly to you, what I'm doing is not heating up this. What I'm doing is warming this up in water, but then with the hair dryer, just warming up that hole. Because you still want this to be more hard than that. And boom. Because it's just soft enough to where it's going to like kind of push itself in there from being in that water, whereas when you heat this up after it being in the water, it just like kind of like and opens that whole hole up and everything, and then you can come behind them both, cool air, hardens it right back up, holds that leg in. But we're almost done here, so, and the two front legs, just little ones, don't have the extras, which we're gonna put right on there. Just take a second to appreciate that leg span right there. Like, dude, he is massive, but these are not gonna support him at all, which is why they thought ahead and included a stand. So let's go ahead and get him set up on that. All this is just a stick and a base. So like I said, base, hexagon hole, cylinder, boom, right in that hexagon hole. And you just kind of force that in there a little bit on the bottom of him. Next to these cool little spikes, we've got a little hole. I don't know why we're not focusing back in. Woo! Why are we falling now? Can we? There we go. All right. So, boom, we're just going to throw that in there. Bam. There you go. And you can pose his legs down, whichever way you want to do it. Let's just go ahead and get them down there so that he don't look crazy dumb. Lift him back up. Give him a scooch back. So there we have him completed there. And getting a height measurement on him is going to kind of be up to how really you set him up, I guess. You know, because I am certain there is a way to get away with doing him without that stand and everything. Maybe, I don't know, throw some putty on those joints or something. Do something, add a little bit of, like, I don't know, hell, even try some thread tape around those joints just to, like, thicken them up a little bit so that they hold them a little bit better. But if you want to go just straight up, well, let's do them this way. Base to top. We're only standing 10 inches. But then with that width, God, what is that width? About 16 inches right there that I've got him at. 18 inches maybe. From like tips to tips and everything, it looks like about an 18-inch span. Like, he's just crazy big. Compare him to something else. A while back we reviewed the Kikimora from the Witcher Netflix series from McFarlane. In my opinion, for sure, McFarlane did the little spider form a lot better. But at the same time, like, you know, like, oh god, getting those spider legs down is just crazy. Having that base, this definitely has a better presentation. I mean, the Gremlin over the Kikimora, I mean, let's be honest, that Kikimora is a shit-ass design. Like, you know, just as a character in general, never mind the figure. But look at the height difference there. You got pretty badass. I could pull out a few Gremlins to pair with this guy, and then we can wrap this up. And there we have just the standard Ultimate Gremlin standing next to him, and there we have the Gizmo standing next to him. So they are definitely a hell of a height comparison there. He could literally hold him. That's so cute. Look at that there. Alright guys, well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.